It's an absolutely great Thursday.
It's beautiful.
Fraud!
Are you taking the over under in this game? What do we feel?
I think it's time for a booty call. Welcome to the Sideline Podcast, a Sideline media production hosted by Blake, Jack, and Q. Let's send it to the guys at the table.
Hey.
Oh, what a beautiful day.
Not one, not two, not three, not four, but five.
Cinco.
5 episodes of the Sideline Podcast powered by Anchor.
What in the world? Oh
My goodness.
what a beautiful Thursday.
Today's episode. It's Thursday. We're feeling good. You know what we're doing today, guys?
It's a beautiful day.
Talk about football.
We're gambling.
That pigskin.
Today's episode is an episode of predictions, game picks, betting lines. If you're a gambler, man, looking at you right there. This one's for you. This one is for you.
If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
We got 8. No. Just hammer the
gamble,
But you
right.
don't have a gamble.
If you
King
gamble
problem.
like black or if you gamble like Blake or Jack, I said Blake and Jack at the.
Good start.
If you
Good
gamble like
start.
Blake and Jack, call 1-800-GAMBLER. If you don't, if you gamble like Q, you don't need to.
Yeah, what he said. We've got a ton of ranked games in college football. We got some super dogs. And we got a small recap of NFL Week 5. Then we got some Week 6 lines and bets. So let's
But what do we talk about first?
Hold up.
Yeah.
Hold up.
Hold up.
Before we talk about what we're talking about first, follow us on social media. Of course.
Please.
Our Instagram, Sideline Media Prod, Prod.
We're asking nicely, please.
Twitter, please follow us, Sideline Media PR. And, of course, now YouTube.
Hey.
If you hate listening to us on Spotify and you actually want to see us, I mean, you're missing out if you're not seeing us because we're
Beautiful.
him. Beautiful, we're him. All three of us are him. Sideline Media Productions on YouTube. Subscribe, notifications on, everything. Like,
Comment.
Subscribe.
anything. Yeah, just do it. All right, let's get into it. Let's hop right in. We got ranked games, college football. The energy's
sir.
high.
A ton of them.
This is the most
ton of 'em.
ranked games in a weekend of college football since 2001 and 1998. It's a tie.
We weren't even
Talk
thought
that.
of.
Talk that.
No, we weren't. So, first game, we're talking about the hometown school. Number 8,
Go Pokes.
Oklahoma State,
Yeah.
Go
traveling
Pokes.
to number 13, TCU. Let me give you the quick lines here. TCU is a 3.5-point favorite. The over-under 68.5. OSU's coming off of a 41-31 win over Texas Tech.
Scary game.
TCU is coming off of a 38-31 win over Kansas. Give me the rundown. Someone, go. 3, 2, 1, go. Right now, go.
Well, for the key players for OSU, I have Spencer Sanders, Jabbar Muhammad,
get 'em.
and Mason Cobb.
Get 'em.
But for key players for TCU that we need to be on the lookout for, they have wide receiver Quentin Johnson. Shout out my boy Q.
Hey.
Johnson. At quarterback, Max Duggan. Having a Heisman season, but he goes to TCU, so no one cares. And then
L.
Mid.
at linebacker, their best defensive player, D. Winters. Be on the lookout.
Nah. He ain't a threat.
Go, Blake.
All right. This is the 12th time
No.
in.
It's
There you go.
reversed.
There you go.
Reverse,
This is
reverse.
kind of a sad stat, honestly, but
Oh.
this is the 12th time in Oklahoma State's history they have started the season 5-0. The first time was in 1914.
Oh my
Okay?
God.
The first win
Someone
they
play Juice
had,
WRLD.
the first win they had in 1914 was against Phillips University, which is right down the road in Enid. No longer a thing, by the way. Anyway,
Yeah.
final score to that game was 134-0.
What?
Yeah,
Big stat guy over here.
massive. I'm the OSU stat guy.
Okay, so let's get. Are we liking the line?
I'm
OSU plus 3.5.
taking that.
Yeah,
You taking it?
I think it's a good line simply because it's a home game for TCU.
Yeah.
And the hype's there for them. They've
Yeah.
had 2 big wins in a row. They're looking good. You got to admit they're looking good. They moved up again. They're 13 now, coming off a big win over a hyped up Kansas team, and it's going to be a test for both teams.
Yes,
Over.
it is.
Y'all taking the over or under? I'm going.
I'm taking the
over.
over.
I think I'm
Over.
slamming the over as well. Actually,
I'm
yeah,
pretty
I'm
sure
slamming the
both
over.
teams have hit the over in their last.
Yeah, so I'm
4 or
gonna
5
slam the
games,
over as
so-
well. So over 68.5. So we like the over here, and we
Nice.
like OSU plus 3.5. So the next game, College game day heading to Knoxville.
Yeehaw.
Alabama, number 3, traveling to number 6, Tennessee. Bama
game.
is a 7.5-point favorite.
They should not be at number 3.
They should not.
No.
Bama is
No,
a
not at all.
7.5-point favorite. The over-under mark is set at 65.5. Bama coming off of a scary close game with Texas A&M.
If Jimbo knew how to play football, Texas A&M beats them again.
Yeah, so
Aggies
Bama
should have
wins.
ran the ball.
Bama wins 24-20 over A&M last week. Tennessee smacks LSU 40-13.
Demolished them.
I mean, I guess I don't really consider that a big win for Tennessee. LSU was so overrated.
That was meant to happen.
LSU sucks. So, Q, what you got for me on this game?
Well, Bama again, 7.5 favorite. I don't think it should be that widespread.
I don't either.
Honestly, I think Tennessee should be maybe a -3.
I think 3.5.
Yeah,
4.
Oh, yeah.
especially. But
What's the Bryce Young status? Didn't mean to interrupt.
So the
but
latest they have, this was 5 hours ago, Saban said, quote, "There's nothing really new to tell you. He's making progress. He's been able to practice some, and we'll continue to evaluate him as the week progresses."
the biggest thing I think if Bama wants to win this game, run the ball. Run.
I agree.
Jahmyr Gibbs is so good.
Jahmyr Gibbs is the answer for this game. Also, defense. I don't know what their discipline. Alabama usually is the most disciplined
Oh, yeah.
team in all of college in football. Period. NFL or collegiate. They have so many flags. I mean, that game's over against Texas A&M if they don't get those last 3 flags. So
Oh, yeah.
they have to be disciplined. Tennessee's also very undisciplined as well, but Alabama has to find a way to stop Hendon Hooker.
I think Bama is playing, no doubt, the best quarterback they faced this season. Hendon Hooker has over 1,400 yards, 10 touchdowns, 70% completions, no interceptions.
Yeah.
He's been
That Josh Heupel offense is good.
He's been really good this season.
the QB matchup would be so good if Bryce Young
Here's the only
is playing
thing.
100%.
Tennessee has to figure out how to change history. They're 0-15 versus Alabama since Nick Saban became the head coach down in Tuscaloosa. And the Vols are 0-39 versus top 10 opponents since 2007.
It's like an NC State stat.
So if the Vols want to win this game, first of all, they have to play a really good, clean game. And whether Bryce is playing or not, you definitely have to stop the run, because if Saban's smart, he's going to definitely run the ball a lot more
Are
than
you
what they're
questioning if
used
Nick
to.
Saban is smart right now? He just questioned him.
I mean, if he is smart, he will run.
Exactly.
All right,
And I think he will run.
Let's
so.
get into it. 7.5. Bama -7.5.
Give me Tennessee.
Tennessee plus
I agree.
7.5.
I
No,
agree.
just give me Tennessee outright.
Yeah.
Money line. Tennessee money line.
I think
If-
Tennessee will get the upset.
If Bryce was
this week.
playing, give me Alabama. If Bryce plays, I'm taking Alabama. If he's not, I'm taking Tennessee.
No. You gotta
I
lock it in
wholehearted-
now.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do. That's
No, I
how we,
don't.
that's how we
That's
do
a
it.
game-changing player. No.
I
Give
think,
me Bama either way. Roll Tide.
Give me Tennessee either way.
What
Tennessee.
about the over/under at 65.5?
Under?
Roll Vols, baby.
I think
think
under
under.
as well.
Under, yeah.
Okay. Next game, number 7.
We had nothing.
No, we're not.
No,
Not
we're
yet.
not.
Slow down.
Dang.
Number 7, USC. At number 20, Utah. Quick rundown. Utah is a 3.5-point favorite at home. Home crowd being the reason.
I think Vegas thinks about home.
They
Field
Oh,
a little,
yeah.
advantage
a little
way
too much. Yeah, I agree. The
Especially
over/under,
like college
yeah.
mainly.
The
But,
over/under is 52.5. I'm reading the Penn State game. My bad.
yeah.
A
Boy.
little too excited. The over/under for this game.
65.
65. Yeah. Utah's coming off the 42-32 loss to UCLA, and
Which
then
they almost came back.
Yeah, they
almost
did.
did. USC comes off a 30-14.
Which
win over
that
Washington
score is
State.
very deceiving because
Very
that
misleading.
close was
That was it
that was a close game.
It was
It
close.
was 17-14 like the whole game.
yeah.
So yeah, what do you got, Q?
Caleb Williams had 2 interceptions last week against Washington. They have a okay defense, but nothing crazy. Utah,
What you know
I think
about
they
Caleb
should have.
Williams?
Huh?
What you know about Caleb Williams?
I know a lot about Caleb Williams. That sounds weird. That's big squirt
said
guy.
something.
Big squirt guy.
He said some weird things last week.
Caleb Williams like squirt. But yes, I honestly wouldn't be surprised if Utah wins this game.
I think Utah's home field advantage is big though, because those.
You see what they're wearing? I think they're wearing the rose.
The rose helmets.
Yeah, but we'll see. Utah 3.5-point favorite. I don't think it should be. I would take it though.
You're taking Utah. Well, we'll get into that in a second.
I would take the Utah 3.5 point, and then over under. Over. I think it's
What's the line on it?
65.
So you have Utah winning this game.
I wouldn't be surprised if they. Yeah, sure.
I kind of like that. Dude, I think Utah's. I think they're gonna be. I feel like they haven't had a true complete game yet.
This is either gonna be Caleb Williams breaking apart from the Heisman race, like going number 1. He's either gonna have a crazy game, or it's gonna be USC falling off.
Yeah,
and they're gonna show their true colors.
this is their make or break game.
I'm gonna take Utah minus 3.5 as well.
Um,
with the over.
as far as points scored and points allowed per game go, this is about as close as you can get. USC averages 40.2 points per game, Utah 40.3.
Hammer the over.
USC
over's a lock.
averages 18.7 points allowed, Utah 19. So, I mean, there's 0.1 points scored and 0.3 allowed difference. That's pretty comparable.
Mm-hmm.
And even as far as the yardage goes, it was comparable. And maybe it's because I want USC to lose so OSU can move up, but I also have the Utes winning this.
Yeah. It's going to be I can see this being the best game off the slate, which that's a pretty big
I don't
thing
think
to
it's that
say.
far-fetched,
No, but
honestly.
comparable to the other games, this is like the biggest differential 7-20.
Right, yeah.
But yeah.
Next game. Now we're heading
Now
up
we're
north.
up north.
Number 10, Penn State traveling to Ann Arbor to take on number 5, Michigan. Michigan comes in as a 7-point favorite with an over-under set at 52.5.
Under all day.
Penn State is coming off the 17-7 win over Northwestern. Michigan 31-10 win over Indiana. You're up, Q. Give me some rundown.
It's going to be cold.
It is gonna be
Michigan.
cold.
It will be cold.
It's going to be a low of 35 and a high of 42. So
Yes, Big Ten football. I was thinking USC and UCLA moving.
That is so
sorry.
off.
Yeah, big noon kickoff
But, yeah.
for Pac-12.
Sorry, I was reading the weather, so I didn't reply. But yeah, it's going to be cold. I like Michigan against cold games.
At home.
I would go the under. Penn State. Did you say they came off a win or whatever already? Yeah.
17-7.
But yeah, I think this is going to be the most boring game.
Yeah.
It's going to be a low scoring. I think the under is.
I would take Michigan like 28-14. It's just going to be
I
like.
don't even think they'll score that much.
I
You
think
think the -7 is going to hit for Michigan?
Yeah.
With the under?
Yeah.
I like that.
I don't think it's going to be. It's just going to be like textbook football.
Blake Curran will break like a
Yeah.
big run at something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I like that.
The only reason I don't think it'll be that high scoring is simply because, first of all, it's a cold game, so they're probably going to run it a lot more.
Yeah.
And both of these teams are top 10 in the country in rushing defense. Penn State's actually number 5. They allow just under 80 yards per game. Michigan allows just over 81. So Blake Corum will have to break open a big one because those chunk gains of like 6 or 7 on first and second down, there's not going to be near as many of those as what either of these teams are used to. So, I mean, I do think Michigan will probably win, but I would say it's more in the realm of like 21-10 or 24-14 or something like that. So I agree with the Michigan -7 and under, but I don't
That
think
feels like I think those are the two most confident picks
Yeah.
out of all these games. So yeah, next game we got number 15 NC State against going to the Carrier Dome at number 18 Syracuse. Syracuse 3.5-point favorite with an over/under of 44.5. Syracuse, they had a bye week, so extra time to prepare. NC State 19-7 win over Florida State.
Ugly game.
Very ugly game.
extremely.
Personally, I'll just say it now. I like Syracuse at home.
Yeah.
Place is going to be rocking. Garrett Schrader, Charlotte native.
Yeah. I mean, I'll probably go under for this game.
I agree.
ESPN's giving Syracuse a 58.7% chance to win. I like Sean Tucker. I think he's one of the better backs in college football. And I think Syracuse gets bowl eligible this week and goes into Clemson undefeated.
With confidence.
It's going to be a good game next week.
This would be, if they win this game, it's going to give them good confidence.
Okay, so we went over the betting. We didn't really go over who we would win more in depth, though. So for the first game, OSU TCU.
Hang on, let's do the last game and then we'll pick them.
Oh yeah. I forgot Mississippi State, Kentucky. That was on my second
so
page.
number 16 Mississippi State at number 22 Kentucky. Mississippi State's a 7-point favorite. The over/under is 46. Mississippi State just beat Arkansas 40-17. A little surprising in my opinion. And then Kentucky lost to South Carolina 24-14.
Without Will Levis, but
without-
Will Levis
That's
is
fair.
back.
He is back.
He is back. South Carolina also looked pretty good in that game. And they started off, they got a fumble
Yeah,
on the
Yeah.
first play and took
That's
it
a
to
big momentum
the
shift.
6-yard
it was
line.
an awful play to
Yeah.
Rodriguez Jr.
So, I mean, this game, I'm not going to lie, I don't really care about.
Yeah, it has.
I think this
It doesn't really have any
this is
big
the most boring
implications.
game on the slate.
I agree. But I think Mississippi State's going to win, I think.
Yeah, Mississippi State is the.
I don't know if I like them by 7, but I like the over, and I like Mississippi State to win. I don't know about the
Yeah, I
spread.
also like the over, but I like Kentucky.
Oh, yeah.
I think I'd go Kentucky.
I think
to
I would
to
go
win.
Kentucky to cover plus 7.
I think I would go Kentucky to win.
All right.
I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence. I feel like Mississippi State might cover. This is the definition of an air raid offense. They have 9 receivers with over 100 yards, 5 with over 200, and Will Rogers is one of the best at slinging the rock. I mean, pause, but
I mean, they have, I think, one of, if not my favorite head coach in all of college football, Mike Leach.
oh yeah,
I love Mike
national
Leach.
treasure.
Yeah. But since we went over the betting slate, we didn't really pick who we want to win. We will go over that now. For our first game, OSU TCU, I think
That's a sweep.
Pokes.
sweep, go Pokes. I think we'll win pretty dominantly, honestly.
You think we just break
Thir-
out and
34
say, hey,
Think it's a
listen, you need to
statement
pay
game?
attention to us?
Statement game from OSU?
I
Either
like that. I like the
34-14.
I would love that.
I like that.
Three
score.
three touchdowns from Spitzer, and then the rest are either defensive or rushing.
I think Spencer gets 1 rushing.
Yeah. Okay, for if not the biggest game of the week, Bama versus Tennessee. Who
Give me
Tide.
the Vols.
Roll Tide.
roll Vols. I think it's gonna be close. I'm going 48-41 Tennessee.
I would love to see a high-scoring SEC
Oh, yeah.
game. I would love that.
That'd be
Actually,
insane.
no. I'm going under. What am I doing? I'm thinking of the next game. I'll go 21-14 Tennessee.
That's fair.
I got 28-17 Bama.
I would say like 24-17.
Yeah.
Tennessee.
All right, I think is going to be the most scoring. USC versus Utah. I'm going Utah. I think it's going to be 48-41 Utah.
Okay. I also have Utah. I don't know if it'll be quite that high scoring. I would say maybe closer to like 42-38.
I was going to say that. I
Really?
was going to say Utah 42-38.
We're just on the same wavelength.
That's so
right now.
cute.
Good
God,
call.
y'all should kiss. That'd be so weird.
Pause.
And to the next game, Penn State versus Michigan. I have a Michigan 21-10.
Michigan's favored by 7, right?
Yep.
24-14 Michigan.
I agree.
Yep. All right. NC State, Syracuse. Syracuse.
21-17 Syracuse.
Yeah, I like that. I'll be the same.
I think
I think the bye week helps them too.
24-14.
And for our last game, over under again is 46 for Mississippi State versus Kentucky. I would go
I don't know
Over.
about
like
this over-under.
38-21 Kentucky.
Really?
Hmm.
I'm going to go 35-24 Mississippi State. I think
Probably,
Kentucky just struggles with
I
Levis
I
coming
would
back.
say 38-27. 38-24. Hail State.
Okay, well, there we go for our
There's your
slate.
big ranked games for this weekend. And before we get into our next segment, yesterday, podcast came out, Full Court
Hey.
Press. If you like basketball,
Hey.
make sure to tune in. It's the other podcast by us, Sideline Media Productions. So make sure to check that out if you like basketball. We were talking predictions for the NBA season. Just thought I would throw that in there. So make sure to check that out. It dropped yesterday on YouTube and Spotify and Apple Podcasts, anywhere you listen to podcasts. So check that out, Full Court Press, under Sideline Media Productions.
Quick disclaimer, that episode is a little long.
It is long, but
So the
You'll love
award,
it, I
if you want
promise.
the award predictions, they're at the very end. Like, I guess you can skip through, but you don't have to.
just give
you
us
can
a play.
listen to
Just
our-
give us a play on Spotify.
You can listen to our
Get our
standings,
numbers up.
too.
So Full Court Press, check under Sideline Media Productions. It'll be on there if you like basketball. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, new segment, or not new segment. What am I talking about?
What?
Give me your horse noise. Blake's dark horse for the week. What you got, Blake?
Guys, my dark horse is Will Rogers.
Hey.
He is number 1 in the country in passing yards. He has 2,110. Second in total touchdowns at 22, 3 picks, just under 72% completions. And the Dogs are 5-1.
It's crazy. If you look on ESPN, Will Rogers doesn't have a picture.
Yeah.
It's kind of
Yeah.
weird.
Will
ESPN's
Rogers
different.
does not have a picture on ESPN. That is wild.
So Blake's rocking with State and Will Rogers.
Hail State.
Hell State.
For a little bit.
So there's your dark horse. You know what it's time for?
Oh.
Everyone's favorite segment, Q's Frauds of the Week. So
Is this your
Q,
favorite segment? It's my favorite segment.
last week was rough. 1
Was
and
it a good
4 on
week?
the fraud picks
I
last
I felt like Jack and Blake. in
So
betting.
What we
We'll
didn't
just
we
run-
have
let's-
Syracuse last week though? They didn't play.
That was my one win.
that was
Oh.
his
They were
win
on
because
bye.
they were on a bye. So we're just going to run through. He had Kansas as not a fraud, loss. So that Syracuse was on a bye, so he gets that one. That'll be put to the test this weekend, though.
Yeah.
Clemson, and then the UCLA-Utah game, they played each other. You got them wrong. It happens. It happens. You have bad weeks. You're 1 and 4 last week, so your overall record is 3 and 7 since we've been keeping track. But he's
Whoa.
hoping to turn it around this week. So I got 5 new teams for you. If you don't know how this segment works,
Now you know.
now you know. I'm going to give Q 5 college football teams. He's going to tell me if they're frauds or not. Pretty simple. You ready?
Born ready.
Okay. So number 1, a lot of hype around this team. They had a big win last week. I know you're not happy about it, but the Texas Longhorns.
What are they're 22?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
23.
23?
There's
Yeah,
a lot.
Kentucky's
People
Who
are
do they-
talking Texas for the playoffs. So
Yeah.
Who do they play this week?
Why?
I don't know why they are in the playoff
Do
conversation.
you know who they play this week?
Do they play anybody?
I have no
Do they
idea.
have a bye?
They might.
You looking it up?
Yes, sir. Yes, papi.
But in case you don't know, the Red River rivalry last week, Texas slaughtered
All right,
OU.
well,
I think they play Iowa State. I could be completely wrong.
they do.
Big
I,
12,
yes.
Blake. So
I think they will lose to Iowa State, and they are frauds.
okay.
Frauds.
So you heard it. Okay.
Texas
And
is
OU
a fraud.
So I know your. I think I know your answer because we just talked about it. But I got Mississippi State for you. Frauds, I'm assuming.
Oh, yeah. Frauds.
It's 2 fraud picks so far. 2 out of 5 on
Wow.
the fraud picks.
Fraud.
Next team, they had a rough. I think it was week 1 or something against Arkansas. But Cincinnati, they've looked better.
They're back in the top 25.
They're
now.
back in they're ranked again.
Number 24.
Yeah,
Let me see who they play.
The Cats.
the Bearcats, baby.
Power 5 next season.
I mean, against Arkansas too, they didn't lose by that much. They didn't look
No.
that bad. I think it was just a little early season jitters. New team,
New team, yeah.
They do not play this week, but they play SMU next week.
so we can count it for. We'll just.
I
go
don't
as
think
you
they're
think.
frauds.
You don't think they're frauds?
No.
Okay.
I like that. God.
So we
That was
got.
manly.
Thanks.
So next team, this one's a weird team because, and you'll see why when I reveal the team. The team is Oregon because they got
Yeah, that-
slaughtered week 1.
Yeah.
And now they're back. I think what
And
are
now
they, like,
people are saying like they might
they might make a run
They
for the
might make a
Pac-12.
run, yeah.
So it's like, what is?
Well, apparently Bo Nix is the second coming of Jesus to some people.
yeah,
So,
and I hate Bo Nix. He sucks.
well, they also don't play this week. But next week is a very big game, very good game.
Utah.
UCLA, Oregon.
Oh.
So their first game. Let me see. Let's make this bigger. Pause.
Their first game was bad.
Their first game.
It was Georgia.
Where am I? Am
That
I
first game had everybody convinced Georgia was still the number 1 team in college football.
I mean, can you blame them?
No,
55-3 was the score.
I thought it was 49-3.
I thought it was 55.
2016.
Maybe
It's something to 3.
something to 3. Yeah.
I just need an answer.
Bo Nix did not.
Let me look
do
at their
very good.
schedule. Okay, yeah, next week, blah, blah, blah. I don't think they're frauds.
I think Washington State should have beat them.
No, they're frauds. They're frauds. They're frauds. They're frauds. Yes. They let Arizona score 22 on them. Frauds.
All right. So last team, this team, they kind of just appeared on the AP poll, and I was like, what? The Fighting Illini of Illinois.
I don't think they're
Really?
frauds. No.
You think they can make it out of the Big Ten West?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, that thing's pretty open.
it is.
All right, so
If they beat Minnesota this week.
Okay, so we got 3 frauds, 2 not frauds, and then we got two teams right on bye. So we'll hold off on those. So those will be wins temporarily.
All right.
So
Do you know what time it is?
check back next week for that.
What time is it?
And now we're gonna get into our super dogs. Okay, so I know I won mine last. I am 1-0 on the super dog picks.
Q and I are 0-1.
Exactly.
Yeah,
UNC clutched last week against Miami. So I'm gonna go last because I'm 1-0. So you
That's
guys got
fair.
it.
I can go. My.
Ladies first.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Wow.
got him. Bing, 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 bing.
You know what? Just for that, my super dog is Kansas.
Wow.
Oh.
Plus
Okay.
8.5 against the.
Did you see Jalen Daniels?
yeah,
tweet?
he said, that's news to me.
That's news to me.
That's news to
It
me.
came out that a reporter said that Jalen Daniels was out for the rest of the year with a grade 3 shoulder separation. And he tweeted yesterday, that's news to me.
That-
So,
The reporter's sources were per sources.
yeah.
So,
Some ball sack
Trust me, bro.
sports stuff going
yeah.
on.
Trust me,
Yeah.
bro.
I think the Jayhawks not only cover, I think they beat that high school team down south. And
How you feel about that?
I don't think it's outright, but rock, chalk, Jayhawk.
Whatever. Boomer Center. All right, for my this is a crazy super dog. My super dog is Vandy versus Georgia.
What's the spread on that? Is it still 38?
38.5. I think Vandy could do it. They could get. We're not talking about win, but we're talking about getting the spread within 38.5. It's too big to not take it.
Guys, that's 5 touchdowns and a field goal.
That is really bad.
That is-
Please pause.
Pause.
It's what? It's too big to take. He's gonna have to retire after saying that.
Anyways, I have Vandy as my super dog.
Oh my god.
Let's hear that dog.
All right, so my super dog, the Indiana Hoosiers, Hoosier Daddy. Maryland is traveling to Bloomington to play the Hoosiers. Indiana's plus 11. The game's in Bloomington. You know, Indiana's coming off a tough loss against Michigan. They really didn't look too bad. And I don't know if they're going to win this game. It's kind of a toss-up. I don't think they will, but I think they cover the plus 11 mark against Maryland. That's pretty much all I got on this. That's my super dog. So there's your super dogs for this week. We got Kansas, we got Vandy, and we got Indiana. So
Too big to not take it.
oh,
That's it for your super dogs of the week.
there's your super dogs, and that's gonna wrap it up on the college side of things.
Are we moving?
So Blake's gonna give us a little
Hey.
little thing about our ad here, Anchor. So Blake, take it away.
Shout out Anchor.
Hey, I know you're sitting there thinking to yourself, why don't I start a podcast? If you're thinking that, use Anchor by Spotify. It's the easiest way to make a podcast. Has everything you need all in one place. You can record and edit your podcast straight on your phone or computer. You can distribute that podcast onto platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you want it to go. Has everything you need right in one place. And best part, it's completely free. So go download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Let's go to Jack, back on the sideline.
So thank you for that, Blake.
Red.
Oh, Red. So let's get into some Week 5 recap in the NFL. First of all, what would you guys rate Week 5 out of 10?
It was kind of boring.
It was
kinda mid.
Other
it
than
was extremely
Monday,
mid.
Monday
The
night.
Monday night game was the best prime
and
time
Sunday.
game.
Sunday wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad. I think the Monday night game was really exciting. The Thursday night game was the most boring game of football I've watched in a long time.
I think tonight's might be worse.
Commanders and Bears.
I don't know. I mean,
Watch it be like Rams versus Chiefs 2017. Just shoot
It's
out.
like
so
60 to
we'll
50.
get into Thursday night. But just some quick highlights. Russell Wilson played the last 2 games with a shoulder injury.
He's just saying that.
I mean, yeah, he's expected to go on Monday night against the Chargers. Matt Rule, a lot of Panthers news. For some
See ya.
reason. Matt Rule was fired from the Panthers in his 3rd season with an 11-29 record. Thank the Lord. I hate Matt Rule. It was a terrible signing. Baker Mayfield, ankle injury. He's out for multiple weeks. Honestly, probably a good thing for the Panthers, too. He sucks. And then apparently some teams are reaching out about Christian McCaffrey.
Whoa.
But yeah, please, Panthers, do something.
I'll go down my recap.
I'm not done.
Okay. Well,
done.
All right.
it sounded like it.
No,
So
I'm not done. I got a few questions for you guys.
Okay.
Are the Giants legit? Beat the Packers in London. Are the Giants a real threat? Are they a team? Or are these just lucky wins?
no, it's just
They're just all right.
Who's their best receiver?
Saquon. Yeah, probably Saquon. All right. Well,
No,
yeah.
they're not.
Another quick question for you: is Josh Allen solidifying the MVP?
He's pretty close.
Is he
No.
the front runner though?
it's Hammer Jalen.
Yep.
Okay.
I think those two are
The Chargers
getting away from the pack.
Chargers barely survived the Browns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jacoby
I,
Brissett,
for,
Jacoby Brissett fumbled that
yeah.
game so hard.
Speaking of MVP, I think Nick Chubb has a very good case.
I love Nick Chubb right now. He's on my fantasy team.
That's fair.
Give me that Chubb boy.
Oh my
Pause.
goodness.
The Lions got shut out. That was
The
annoying.
week we all pick the
over on
Lions
the
over.
Lions, yeah, that was
They
bad.
get shut out.
They get shut
Um,
out.
The Saints Seahawks game was one of the most exciting games of the weekend.
It was
Taysom
a
Hill's a
good
cheat
game.
code.
I picked him up in fantasy.
I
We'll talk
also
about that
picked
He
later.
had a
up in
few
fantasy.
touchdowns. He had a fumble recovery. He was doing everything. Geno Smith made some beautiful throws.
Yep.
Geno's
Most efficient quarterback in the
he's
NFL
looking
right now.
really good.
He
He's looking
is.
really good. And then a big news:
It's Geno time.
Rashad Penny's out for the season for the Seahawks, which is kind of unfortunate for him.
It's a big rip.
But Kenneth Walker, that's why they drafted him. He's got to step up.
Hey.
The Jags get upset by the Texans, probably just because I bet on them.
Yep.
So yeah, Trevor Lawrence threw one of the worst interceptions I've ever seen ever in a game. Are the Cowboys legit, boys? We them boys? Question mark?
I have a
I have a question.
I have a question too.
What is it?
It
wanna
might
say
be the same
You wanna
question.
say it on 3?
Yeah.
All right. 1, 2, 3.
Is
Cooper
Rush-
Rush
Yeah.
better
Is
than
Rush-
Dak Prescott?
Is
he
Dak
the
losing a
answer?
job?
I think it's very similar to the Nick Foles Carson Wentz situation a few years ago.
Maybe.
I mean, I will not be surprised if Dak comes back and the Cowboys suck. Like,
Yeah.
So if you're,
I think Dak's overrated, like insanely overrated.
I agree. I hate the Cowgirls.
Yep.
But yeah,
I mean, we'll find out this week. They're playing the Eagles Sunday night
yeah.
in Philly. I'm actually excited to watch that game.
If the Cowboys win that game,
With
think
Cooper
Dak-
Rush,
I think Dak lost his job.
Yeah,
he's
but I
gonna
don't-
have to fight for it.
Their
Yeah.
defense looks really good, though. I will say.
That
Micah
Their
Parsons.
D line is
him.
Lawrence. Lawrence too is a beast.
yeah.
He used to be one of the best Madden players.
Also
ever.
burnt toast.
Yeah, burnt toast. And then this was just a big deal and dilemma. But roughing the passer needs to be a
Why?
reviewable penalty.
Worst call I think I've seen.
Two.
That was
Two
so
calls.
bad.
Two
Since,
calls.
since Chris Jones and then
Grady Jarrett.
Grady Jarrett, yeah.
That
Yeah.
literally lost the Falcons the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
yeah, it
what
did.
was the score? 21-17?
I think it was.
I think it's 21-19.
I thought it was 15. We're all across the board.
Let me look.
Someone like
You
that.
have to look when the play happened, though.
It happened towards the end of the game.
The final score is 21-15.
I'm always right. But yeah, no, that so big dilemma in case you didn't know. There was 2 really questionable roughing the passer calls where it's like how is a D lineman or
Yep.
anyone's even
It
supposed
was on
to
a 4th down play, too.
Exactly. How is
fourth quarter.
the defender supposed to sack
Yeah.
a quarterback if you can't get a normal sack?
I mean,
like
Troy Aikman, even the quarterback, was saying they can't do anything.
Did you see the?
It's not reviewable either, so it's
Yeah.
really unfortunate. So that's been a big headline, and a lot of the players
Well-
are starting to speak out, mainly defenders,
Yeah,
obviously. But
it's
they're
all
saying
it's all because of the situational things that have been happening with the concussions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see the thing that Kevin Hart did?
Yeah, I did see that.
He was demonstrating the correct way to get sacked.
He gets picked up
And-
by 2
and
guys,
they
and they just
they picked him up.
just lay him down.
Yeah. It's hilarious.
It's ridiculous. It really needs to be reviewable.
Hey, shout out Kevin Hart if you're watching.
oh yeah.
But those are my main highlights from Week 5. I know you had some too.
Broncos are bad.
Yeah.
I have questions though. Time to worry about the Dolphins. I mean,
I think they need Tua back.
I mean, I don't think it's just the offense. That defense is horrendous.
The defense looks bad, but the main thing is injuries. Like their whole team's hurt.
So
Skylar Thompson's starting again this
We-
weekend. Tua came back to practice today.
I'm gonna give you a worry meter, 1 to 10. How worried?
4.
Give me a second. Let me just.
He needs a minute. All right. So you're at a 4, Blake.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think.
Coming off a loss to the Jets, which Jets look pretty good. They're
Did.
I think
I
the
mean-
Jets are. I think the Jets just get clowned because of the Jets, but they're really not that bad.
But also,
Garrett Wilson's
I don't
really good.
I don't think you could let Brees Hall and Michael Carter run 197 yards on you. That's really bad.
I think Brees Hall's really good, but I mean I agree.
No,
it
I
was
think
a
he's really
pathetic
good, but
performance.
yeah, it was.
But I also like it was one of those games too where when your offense can't move the ball and your defense is banged up,
Yeah.
and then they just are out there for 80% of the game. It's like,
Yeah.
how much can you really expect them to stop them? So I think my worry meter is probably right in the middle. It's at 5.
5. Okay.
Just depends how quick we can get healthy. I mean,
I think if
McDaniel said yesterday, Wednesday, that it was Tua was going back to practice today. So Tua is coming. He's practicing. He's mainly just throwing, and then he basically said that he's not going to play against the Vikings, and it's going to be Thompson. And then because he's still going through protocol, because the protocol's all crazy now. It's kind of crazy too. The Dolphins are the team that set the whole new concussion protocol rules, and then their backup quarterback gets a concussion. Like that's kind of
wacky.
It's ridiculous. It's really annoying being a fan. But
I think if a lot of their main contributors get back and they're still not where they're supposed to be, then the worry meter will quickly rise.
Yeah.
I mean,
But
it's
until
not
then-
even the playmakers on offense. The only 2 that are still like Tyreek Hill and Waddle are gonna have a question mark every week. But Tyreek Hill literally came out and said that he was gonna play. Same with Waddle. They're gonna play. The only 2 like big key players that are gonna be hurt right now is Tua still, and then Armstead. Because he got hurt again in the Jets game, and then defense like Byron Jones. Not having him sucks. Xavier Howard didn't play against the Jets. It's just not.
Yeah.
It's just not going well.
So we're at a 4 to 5. All right.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of things about this. Speaking of quarterback controversy, Bailey Zapp, is he the new future of the Patriots?
I don't remember who it was, but someone said that he was the It was Frank.
Yeah,
Frank the Tank Barstool, man. He said that he was the future of the Patriots
Shout out,
organization. He
I
said
don't
he
know
was the
yet.
future.
I don't know yet.
I don't.
They play.
Dude, Ramondre Stevenson he was just running all over. So I mean, Zapp doesn't look bad. I think he's gonna be the solidified backup for a while. I think he's just gonna be there.
They play the Browns this week, which we'll talk about later.
Browns defense is awful.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later. And
Awful.
my
They
last
just have good
question.
players.
My last question: is it time for Tom to hang it up after this season? Tom Brady.
Well, he was talking
Should've hung it up
to
last
to Aaron Judge, and he was saying something about if Aaron Judge could come play tight end for him next year. So Giselle's gone, so Tom's gonna play until he dies, dude.
He
You
needs
ain't
to
got
hang it
nothing
up.
else.
He needs to hang it up, dude. It's so bad. The Bucks are terrible.
All right, well, that's it for my week.
For
5
where the
recap.
Bucks should be, they're terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have anything else, Blake?
I mean, Colts Broncos Thursday night football. That was a bad
I
idea.
hated Week 5,
And,
bro. I hated Week 5. It was awful.
Hey, the Ravens almost blew another lead at home.
Yeah.
The
System kicker.
Giants were down 17-3 in the second quarter. Came back and won.
Dude, the Packers
Which
offense,
is-
bro.
They
It's
sputtered
so
out.
weird. They've done it like 3
Yeah.
times. Dude, against the Patriots, they were moving the ball so well. They didn't
And then-
score that much, but then they just
Yeah, fell off a cliff.
That's so weird,
It was
man.
bad.
Devontae Adams charged with misdemeanor if you missed
Oh
that.
yeah, that's a big
yeah.
one.
That is a big one.
Idiot.
Pushing the cameraman.
Like I said earlier,
If
the
he went to
film-
the
Imagine if he-
hospital. That guy went to the
yeah.
hospital and filed a police report.
Non-life
Get that bag,
threatening
boy.
injuries.
Yeah.
I saw a thing. Ian Rappaport. It was like clarifying what this means. The police report. And him being charged. I think it's like a $500,000 fine, and then he can either pay that or like 120 days in jail, which he'll obviously pay that. And
Yeah.
I'm sure he'll have to do some
like a
community
suspension
service.
too.
I think he's gonna
Is
get
the
at
NFL
least,
going to suspend?
He's gonna get one
suspend
game
him?
at least.
I think they're looking into it.
He's gonna get a game. He's gonna get a game. They're on bye this week, so it's not gonna affect him this week. But
Yeah.
he's gonna get a.
Here it is, the direct quote. Point of clarity on Raiders wide receiver Devontae Adams. He has been charged with a city ordinance violation, which is a little lower than a state misdemeanor assault charge. Per the prosecutor's office, it carries a fine of $250,000 to $500,000 or up to 180 days in jail or both. So it's up to the court now. So, but there's nothing on how the NFL will
Okay.
treat
Yeah.
him.
It's probably too early.
Imagine if he shoved Randy Johnson.
Not Randy
His
Johnson.
Randy Johnson's side mission was
Yeah.
being a Hall of Fame pitcher.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
All right, well, that wraps it up for the
Week
recap
5.
of week
Now we
5.
get to get into Thursday night football. Yeah. So
I'm
the
not
com-
going to lie. I didn't even write anything
I-
about
the
this.
Commanders
Did
are
not
going to
either.
the Bears.
Do not care.
If you're going to watch this game, I would say,
Put money on it or make it interesting.
yeah.
This
Order,
game
like,
is so
some
interesting. The
wings
line
or
is actually
something, I don't know.
even. There's no spread on this game.
I'm taking the push.
Yeah, the over/under is 38.
I mean, the only...
This to me, this is one of those games where it's gonna be the two teams that have like minimal star players that is either gonna be as boring as it's advertised, or it's gonna be one of those that's surprisingly
I
good.
agree.
Yeah.
Taking that chance is gonna be
yeah.
risky, but
The only thing I'm excited for this game is to see Brian Robinson Jr. again.
Yep.
He played... He came back off of getting shot and still had more targets and touches than Antonio Gibson.
I would love to see the Bears.
Which I don't understand, because Antonio Gibson's not bad. They
I-
could easily have a two-headed running back committee.
Oh, yeah. Hey, the Bears completed more than like 5
Yeah.
passes.
Dude, they
No,
sh-
have
they
you
had a
seen
chance
how
to win the game, bro.
how many completions Justin Fields has?
Yeah.
like 50.
It's like
It's like 50, and he has more like I forget what it is. It's a crazy stat.
I would love to see him just have like a college game where he just went off.
Yeah.
It could be tomorrow or
It was
tonight.
I mean,
it was his first game
Commanders'
this season
defense
with
is
over
awful.
200 passing yards.
yeah. I mean,
So,
we'll see. He
Maybe,
doesn't
maybe
really have
not.
targets
yeah.
like that.
yeah, no.
But
no more Allen Robinson.
He's got the wrong
so-
St. Brown on his team.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean Thursday night, put money on the game. It'll
Yeah.
make it interesting. Otherwise, probably just go to bed.
Or drink.
Whoa,
Or
whoa,
that could-
Whoa.
For those
Water.
of you that
Drink water.
Yeah.
for those of you
water.
that are
excuse
able.
me.
Or you can watch playoff baseball.
That's also
a good
true.
alternative. Okay. Let's talk fantasy. I mean, yeah, here we go.
Yeah.
I have a lot of wire ads.
My big thing is Rashad Penny done for the
Yeah.
year. So
Yeah.
Kenneth Walker, I think.
Obviously should be your number
Obviously.
Yeah.
one. If he's not already, try to trade for him.
He's I'm just gonna go through these, then I'll ask my questions.
Okay.
Ramondre Stevenson against the Browns this week, so must start. Damian Harris is doubtful, getting hurt last week. He went off. I love Stevenson personally. He's a beast. So I definitely would start him. At probably flex, even RB2. Then my main questions for this week: is it time to drop Russell Wilson? It's time to drop him.
He's not a fantasy quarterback anymore.
So let me give you a little would you rather. This actually relates to my fantasy team. Would you rather Kirk Cousins or Russell Wilson in fantasy?
Kirk Cousins.
Would you rather Jared Goff or Russell Wilson?
Jared Goff.
Yeah.
Geno Smith.
Gino.
Tua.
Tua.
Yeah.
Okay. Another question. Can you trust Geno Smith in fantasy?
Yeah.
Yes.
He's proven it.
Yeah.
Crazy stat here. Guess who has more total points Rams or Bears?
Like
The
just
Bears.
points scored.
The Bears.
Bears.
Yeah, the Rams suck.
86-80. That's
Then
crazy.
I have two more little questions. Are you guys concerned for the Dolphins wide receivers if Skylar Thompson's starting?
Yes. He'll put them in concussion
Are you
protocols.
are you concerned? Are you concerned enough to not start someone like Tyreek Hill and Waddle in your
Yes.
fantasy team?
Probably.
Okay. And then,
Some of his passes were like
I know, man.
Trying to
I
get
watched.
to the-
I
Yeah.
watched the game. I know. It was terrible. And then last question. This one is you can't go wrong with these two guys. This is just like a would you rather. Would you rather have Mark Andrews or Travis Kelce on
Travis
your fantasy?
Kelce.
Kelsey.
Kelce? Okay. That's. I mean, those are my main fantasy highlights. For this
Well,
week.
For my fantasy waiver wire ads, I think I have like 8.
There's
Kenneth
a lot,
Walker.
There's a lot.
Kenneth Walker, obviously.
I drafted him.
Yeah.
That's why I drafted you, Kenneth. I need a big week. I know you're probably listening.
Big handcuff. Let me go to my other ones. We have Rashad White, promising pass catching running back for Tom, an elite level handcuff. 9 targets over the last 2 weeks. Number 3, I have Michael Gallup, continues to ramp up production as he returns from injury. He's a clear number 2, obviously. I don't think Noah Brown's going to hold that after Dak comes back if he's starting. Number 4, I have Jacoby Johnson, clear-cut wide receiver 1. He had a great game last week, double-digit fantasy points in all 3 games he's played this year. And then Eno Benjamin, 3. Yes, 3 of the Cardinals running backs left Sunday's game and last due to injuries. Benjamin is the next man up
They love
if the
Eno
Cardinals
Benjamin,
too.
They
backs
love
miss
him.
time. Alec Pierce, he's putting up better numbers than
He
Michael
is.
Pittman. So pick up Alec Pierce. He's only 8% rostered. And then number 8,
Can I say one more thing about a Pierce? Start Damian.
Damian.
Pierce. Oh my God, he's a beast.
picked
That's
him
all I
up.
have to say.
I picked him up, started him last week.
Yeah, start him.
Number 8, my last. Well, not my last. Second to last. Wan'Dale Robinson. He's coming back. The stud. He's dynamic. He can do anything on the field, really. And my last one is Brian Robinson Jr. I talked about him, but touched on it. Had 9 carries last week to Antonio Gibson's, I think 5. Had, I think, like 38 yards. But just keep him on your bench as a handcuff. You don't know if he'll get a big time playing sample or someone goes down in your starting lineup, so I would keep him, pick him up. And for my trade targets, I have 3 running backs that you should buy low on. ETN, Mixon, he's got 5 rushes or something crazy in the goal line. He has 1 touchdown. There was last like 5 goal line opportunities, and then Devin Singletary. And that's it for my fantasy.
So I have 3 pickups. First, pick up Jalen Warren. He is only rostered in 3.9% of ESPN leagues, and Najee is not. I believe he's not playing this week, right?
He's doubtful.
He's doubtful, and actually last week
They're
Jalen-
playing the Bucks.
Jalen had more snaps on the field than Najee did.
I would love to see Kenny Pickett play a defense that isn't insane.
Yeah,
I would love to see
That's
if he's
true.
actually good or not,
that's true.
and like against a mid team.
I mean, Fox is like hyping this game up so much.
Yeah.
It's because it's the Steelers.
My second is Rondale Moore, and third, Diami Brown if Jahan Dotson is still out. And Diami had 2 catches, like over 100
Yeah.
yards and a TD, I believe, last week. So if Jahan's still out, then I think he's a good pickup to have this week and maybe start.
I agree. Those are all good picks. Good
Is
picks.
that our fantasy stats?
Yep, that's
Is
it
it time for
fantasy.
some?
You know what? It's time.
It's time for some
boy.
betting.
Glasses going on means one thing.
Going to Vegas, baby.
Viva!
Viva Las
so
Vegas.
we're gonna do our betting lines first, and then we'll get into our week 5 or week 6, right? Yeah, week 6.
Week
picks.
6.
Week
Week 6
six.
picks.
It's going too quick.
Hey.
So who wants to start us off? What are our overall records? Let's go through. 'em.
Okay, let's do that first.
We'll go over our overall records.
It's not very good.
Mine is not good, and it's fine. You know
That's
what?
great.
The left side of the table right now, I guess it'd be your right side,
Nice.
is not very good right now. I am
It happens.
3-13-1
With a push.
with a push.
Explain what a push is to the people that don't know, Blake.
So
It's a tie.
my tie I picked.
Got you.
I had the Vikings -7 against the Bears. They won by 7. So that was my tie.
Hey.
Jack is 3-14. He went an outstanding 1-6 last week. And then
I'll say it.
yeah.
And I hate my life.
It says trash right next to your name. I'm assuming Jack wrote that.
Probably.
I did not write that.
You're a liar.
I did not write that.
Put it on God.
I
Yeah.
did not.
Yeah.
I did not write that.
Your boy Quintavious Jacoby Hyken is a wonderful 11-6 in bets. Don't fade me. Come on, man. Last week I went
5-2.
5-2. I mean, just come on.
I
Don't
went
fade
5-1.
me.
Surprisingly, the only ones that didn't hit for him was the 2 overs he picked.
Yep.
And he's always the over
All right,
guy.
well then start
the
us
over
off.
under guy.
Hot shot.
You want to? Okay.
Yeah.
That's the deja vu of last week's starters off hot shot.
All right. For my best bets, I have 7. Like
Same.
last week.
7.
For my
Yeah,
first,
yeah.
for my first one, I have Cowboys +5.5 versus the Eagles. I think it's going to be a pretty close game.
I'm fading that.
For good. For my second game, yeah, the guy with the 3-14 records talking. Yeah, fade me. For my second game, I have Patriots versus Browns over 42.5. Both defenses are not playing very well. Also, I have Pats +3. Panthers +11 versus Rams. Rams aren't that good,
Keep pounding.
obviously.
PJ Walker.
PJ
baby.
Walker from the XFL. Go Houston Roughnecks. That was my team when they were a thing. Then I have Falcons versus 49ers over 43.5. Their last 5 matchups, it's went over 4-1. And Chiefs +3 versus Bills, also over 53.5.
Good pick.
If you remember last year,
like
the
it, I
crazy
like it.
playoff game. And those are my picks. Lock it in. Don't fade me. Let's go. Let's have another good week.
All
I
right.
like it.
So my picks. First one, 49ers at Falcons. I got the 49ers -5.5. Bills at Chiefs. I'm taking the Chiefs +3 also. I just think that Chiefs at home is just oof. I'm going to fade you on this one. Cowboys, Eagles. Eagles -5.5. Game's in Philly. I think that's just the one. Broncos, Chargers. The Monday night game. I'm actually going to pick the over on 45.5, even though the Broncos suck. Jags, Colts. I'm taking the Jags +2. Patriots, Browns. I'm going to fade you again. I'm going to take the under. And then Jets, Packers. I'm actually taking the Jets +7. So those are my picks for the week.
I like it.
I don't even know if you want to lock them in at this point, but
They're-
those are mine.
A couple of those that y'all said the lines have shifted, and I just updated them on mine. I have the Chiefs +2.5 against the Bills. This is the first time.
I locked it in at 3, so I'm taking my
That's
3.
fair. This is the first time that Patrick Mahomes hasn't been favored at home.
Yeah.
And I believe he is 7-0-1 against the spread as an underdog. So
Are we all taking +3 or +2.5?
something like that. Yeah.
Sweep.
Um,
Sweep.
Give me the Jets +7.5 versus the Packers.
All right, stop picking mine.
Sorry. Jags +2 versus the Colts.
Stop picking mine.
Giants +6 versus the Ravens.
Yeah, I ain't never betting on the Giants.
Feeling weird. 49ers Falcons. I'm taking the over at 43.5. Also taking the over in this one at 45.5. Vikings Dolphins. And then, Jack, I'm with you again. Under 42.5. Pats and Browns.
All right.
I don't know if you can lock those in, but hey.
All right, there's your picks. Now
There's
it's
the
time
picks.
to get to our game picks.
Okay, well, we're going to talk about our game picks. Last week, I'm going to go through our record. All right, we're going to start with Blake. He went 7-7. He missed on the Broncos, Packers, Jags, Seattle, Rams, Fins, and Raiders. Jack went 8-6, missed on the Broncos, Packers, Jags, Seattle, Fins, and Lions. And I went 8-6 as well. I missed on the Broncos, Packers, Jags,
You missed the same
Lions,
games.
Seattle, and Fins.
It's the same game.
So
That's crazy.
uh,
Start with tonight's
we're
matchup.
all 500. So
Let's start with tonight's
or
matchup.
500 or better.
Soldier Field, Washington at Chicago.
Give me the Commanders.
Yep.
I'm going to take the Bears. Someone writing these down?
I will.
Just let me know when you're ready. We'll keep going.
Wait, let me put our names down.
I'm gonna take the Bears. I like the.
The Bears.
They honestly didn't look bad against the Vikes. They honestly should have had a chance to win, but that stupid.
Jack saying
receiver-
bear down.
That's bear down. That stupid receiver didn't go out of bounds and got stripped. At the end
Yeah,
of the
that
game.
was
So we
really
got
stupid.
Bears.
Commanders.
Oh, I'm Commanders. Yeah.
Yeah. We're Commanders and then Jack's Bears.
Yep. Awful name.
All right, so let's start with the early window. We got the Niners heading to Atlanta to play the Falcons. I'm going to take the Niners.
I will also take the
I will
Niners.
also be taking the 49ers
Actually,
of San
I'm
Francisco.
going Falcons.
All right.
Hungry dog runs faster.
All right. Then we got the
7 out of
Patriots
10.
in Cleveland. I'm going to take the Browns. I think
going-
they bounce back.
I will also go Browns.
Nick Chubb.
Yep. We got Packers Jets. I think the Packers win, but the Jets cover.
Agreed.
It's in Lambeau. I think that's the advantage.
Yeah, Packers.
We got the Jags and we got the Colts. I'm gonna take the Jags on the road against
Agreed.
Colts. Colts are mid.
I'm going Colts.
We got
Jonathan Taylor might come back.
the Vikings heading to Miami to play the Dolphins.
Of course, he's going to take the Dolphins.
I don't even want to at this
Wait,
point.
who is it?
The Vikings
I'm
Dolphins.
going Vikings.
I'm
gonna-
also
I'm
going
just gonna have to
Vikings.
pick Dolphins. We got the Bengals heading to New Orleans Superdome to play the Saints.
Give me the Bengals.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Bengals. I think the Bengals look a lot better.
I'm taking the Saints.
All right, Saints at home. I like it. Saints defense is good.
It is.
Um.
Did you see that Tyrann Mathieu had to wear some Tennessee stuff?
Uh-huh.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. Then we got the Ravens Giants. New York's at home. I think that stadium's gonna be bumping.
Give me the Ravens.
The Giants fans are hyped, but I'm gonna take the Ravens as well.
I have the Giants +6, but I think they cover, but I think the Ravens win.
A little close game. I like it. Then we got Bucks Steelers. I'm
Give
not
me the
picking.
Bucks.
Yeah, I'm not picking the Steelers unless Kenny Pickett plays it.
You don't get rich betting against Tom Brady.
Yeah, I'm
Yep.
gonna take the Bucks. I don't think Pickett is gonna win a game unless he plays a bad defense, and he is not doing that. So
It's afternoon time.
yeah, let's head to the late window. The Panthers are traveling to LA to play the Rams.
Give me the Rams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No Baker.
PJ
And even though he
Walker's-
sucks,
PJ
but
Walker's better than Baker. I'm gonna take the Rams. Then we got Cardinals Seahawks.
this is an interesting game.
I'm gonna take the Seahawks. I'm gonna take Seattle.
Go Cardinals.
I like Gino.
I don't know, man.
Kenneth Walker season.
In Seattle,
12th man. I'm gonna take Seahawks.
yeah, Seahawks.
Love it.
12th man.
Love it.
Big game. Big game. The game everyone's gonna be
Huge.
watching. Buffalo at Kansas City. I'm taking the Chiefs at home. The Chiefs.
Give me the Bills.
Didn't you pick the Chiefs to cover?
Doesn't mean they can't. What? Yeah.
So you think the Bills are going to win by like 1 or 2?
It's 3.5.
Okay.
So
No,
they
it's
can win
three.
by field
It's
goal.
definitely
It's
3.
3.
You
It's
definitely
either
said
2.5 or
You
3.
definitely said 3.
Yeah, you
So they
you
can win
definitely
by
said
field
3.
goal. They can win by field goal.
Okay.
And then it's a push on the. But I mean,
Alright.
yeah. Whatever.
Are you taking the,
Wait.
who are you taking? Who is Blake taking?
I got the Chiefs.
Yeah, I got the Chiefs at home.
I think the Bills are gonna win.
Bets are you already placed a bet, so
Yeah.
you gotta pick
I
a game.
placed the bet.
Yeah, you did.
Oh, I did.
Yeah, you did.
He can't get into prize.
Actually, I'm going Bills -3.
You can't change it. It was already locked in. That's the
No,
rules.
it's
The
not.
sideline.
No.
All right, so he's taking.
I really
taking,
hope he loses that bet now.
No,
Not just because we can win it. Then that's another.
All right,
loss.
Bills -3.
And then you're picking
Over
the Bills?
53.5. Yeah, Bills.
Okay. Then we got the night game, Dallas at Philadelphia. I'm picking the Eagles at home. They're too good. I think Cooper Rush is gonna. I don't think he's gonna play bad, but I don't think he's gonna have the success he's having right now. Even though I think the key is gonna be Dallas defense against the Philly offense.
Yeah.
That's gonna be the highlight.
Give me the boys.
You mean the girls? you know it's the girls. Really betting against your wishes here, or whatever you want to call it.
I think the Eagles stay undefeated.
Yep. And then Monday night, Denver and LA Chargers.
Give me the Chargers.
Chargers.
I'm gonna take the Chargers
They-
as well.
Denver's
And then the teams
bad.
on bye this week, just so everyone knows, is the Lions, Titans, Raiders, and Texans. And those
The
are
Lions need it.
the Lions do need it. So
The Lions
They
need a few
do.
of them, actually.
so you know what comes next. The slam of the laptops, which means
It's
we have
over.
reached the
It's
end.
over.
ladies and gentlemen.
Superman has left the building.
Yeah, he has. Make sure to follow us on social media. All of our socials I said at the beginning, so just listen to the beginning again. Give us another
Yeah.
play. Also check out Full Court Press, a Sideline Media production.
Yeah.
Just check under Sideline Media Productions on our Spotify, wherever you listen to
Yes, sir.
podcasts, and on YouTube. If you want to listen to some basketball talk, that's another great week. We'll see you next week for episode 6 of the Sideline Podcast.
See ya.
That's Q. That's Blake. I'm Jack. Peace.
Goodbye.
Peace.